And I can do it if you look the other way. All I wanna do is save the day. And I can do it if you look the other way. One of these days I'm gonna solve the case. He said one of these days I'm gonna solve the case. He said one of these days I'm gonna solve the case. If it's the last thing I do. Detective Bowling Brain looked in the mirror and he saw his younger self. Detective Bowling Brain thought about that day when they cut his wing. Now he's never flown again. One of these days it's the last thing I do. Intergalactic mystery. He never knew the sun could rise and fall. I know you're looking for me, and I know you're looking for you, and I know I'm looking for us.
Hello, everyone. Oh my gosh, you guys will not believe the day I have had, and I want nothing more than to just get on here and solve some Sherlock Holmes mysteries. So last time, I think we ended off on finding that embalmed corpse in that man's house. So I guess we're gonna start from where we left off. Let's just get the game started. Hi, Jackson. How are you? Oh, that's loud in my ears. I can't remember if we're doing window capture for this. I think we're doing game capture for this. I think when we do Infinity Nikki, that's when we have to do window capture. Let me turn the game up a little bit. You might have finally found an artist. That's great. Hold on, give me a second. Waiting for the final version tonight. I can't wait to see it. Give me a sec. I have to turn my headphones off so y'all aren't hearing anything. Power on. Okay. There we go. Let's resume. Oh, I forgot I controlled this with mouse and key. You'll post it? Ooh. Oops. Phone, don't start. Wait, what can I click on? Ah, that's all I can click on.
I must go to the Central News Agency.
Well, goodbye then.
I must go to the Central News Agency. I am at the press agency where bullying works. A mirror. I would imagine these are compartments to organize the paper's incoming dispatches.
What do you want?
It would be very informative to search Bulling's desk before meeting him, but first I must get rid of this bothersome person, perhaps by offering him a scoop.
What do you want?
It would be very informative to search Bulling's desk before meeting him, but first I must get rid of this bothersome person, perhaps by offering him a scoop.
Scoop of what?
Good evening. I'm looking for Tom Bulling, the journalist.
He isn't here. He must be sleeping off somewhere. He gave me a tip. He wanted to save a scoop for me. He always gets a good dirt, and yet when he comes in here, it's just to warm his behind. Look, he pulled his desk over the stove.
Oh my god.
Listen, Scoop, I'm bringing it over. Only if Bulling isn't here, I'm leaving.
Wait, what's this scoop?
Bulling promised me a reward for info. There's a charlatan who does spiritualist seances that are a little bit special. He steals corpses from the morgue, puts makeup on them, dresses them up, and then uses them as puppets.
I'll give you your dues. We'll pay you if this info is true.
I'll write down the address of the hideout on the crook's leaflet, but the police will be in on this one, so you better get there in time.
Understood. I'll go alone. Too bad for Bulling.
Hey, you wouldn't have a little something in advance?
Look on Bulling's desk. I know that he always leaves a few coins around for his snitches. Cheers.
Oh.
Watson won't be pleased that I'm divulging the case, but I don't see any other way.
Permit to defend myself against the accusations brought against me.
Even handwriting, yet fairly recognizable. This is Bulling's desk, the one closest to the stove. A charred match. These are Bulling's notes. They are of little interest at the moment, but one never knows. This may come in handy. Some coins. I will take them. That will avoid suspicion if the journalist returns. The fire has almost gone out, but the stove is still burning hot. Bulling recently used the stove. The fire has almost gone out, but the stove is still burning hot. Bulling recently used the stove.
Mr. Moore, I have noticed that one of your employees, Thomas Bulling, arrived at the meeting in a state of inebriation. Oh my.
Bulling's boss, Mr. Moore, seems to be protecting the journalist. A telephone, a device that enables you to talk with anyone in London, provided the receiver has a telephone too. A torn piece of blotting paper. Curious, curious. It looks like someone wanted to destroy this piece of blotting paper that had red ink on it. I can make out a few more letters, but backwards. I need something to help me. By putting this piece of blotting paper in front of the mirror, I can read what is written.
Information on the Whitechapel killer. Call by telephone WA.
Apparently, our journalist gets his information by telephone too. Sadly, the name is almost erased.
Did I name this part 3 or part? Is it still part 2? Okay, I named it part 3. That's awesome.
If I telephone one of Bulling's contacts pretending to be his assistant, I might learn something of interest. This page has some light ink stains. It contains a list of telephone numbers. I need more information.
Don't really see any other information. Because we already looked at everything.
I need more information.
Maybe 1616.
I need more information.
What other information do you need?
This page has some light ink stains. It contains a list of telephone numbers. This page has some light ink.
1893?
I need more information. A charred match. I need more information.
Okay, so it's something. Oh,
Queen Victoria, to keep the journalists on their toes, I suppose.
no, the coin print is Walsby with that number on it. Ah.
This page has some light ink stains.
Oh, 1875. You're
Walesby,
right.
1875, an ingenious way to save his contact. Central, Walesby 1875, if you will. Thank you, I will wait.
Walesby, I am listening.
Hello, my dear man. I'm calling on behalf of Tom Bulling.
Bulling? So you know where this hypocrite, this liar, this...
Not at all. He is currently unobtainable. In the meantime, he has left me with a note asking me to pursue his work, and he told me that you were aware.
That's just great. I dropped everything off at his agency, but he didn't even bother to do the same for me. Tell me he at least gave you the information that I was asking in return.
I am ready, sir. I'm listening.
Do the police have a suspect for the bizarre theft of cigarettes and carrots that took place at the Commercial Street Market?
Oh gosh. I was supposed to be. Okay, let's see. No documents. Do the police have a suspect for the bizarre theft of cigarettes and carrots that took place at the Commercial Street Market? I am so confused at this.
I am ready, sir. I'm listening.
Do the police have a suspect for the bizarre theft of cigarettes and carrots that took place at the Commercial Street Market?
Is searching for a rabbit that coughs?
I think, according to Bulling, that Inspector Lestrade's team is looking for a rabbit with a bad cough.
Ah, damned Bulling. One day he'll be in some serious trouble for mocking the police. And now, can you tell me, with regards to the parliamentary scandal, what did the head of the Whig Party respond to the Tories who were treating him as a great incompetent?
What did the head of the Whig Party respond to the Tories? Say no clue in this one. I don't either. Vote for me.
According to Bulling,
I got it
the head
right.
of the Whigs said, "Vote for me. I will be your best representative."
Good. That'll make for a good paper. There is one last question.
Oh God.
According to a government social study, civil servants make the best husbands. Why?
A civil servant. Civil servant. He is never tired. And has already read the newspaper? In secrecy? A civil servant goes around in circles. In secrecy? So I know a silver servant. We already used will surely be and in search of a rabbit. So it's either he is never tired. Maybe makes a lot of noise. In secrecy? When he comes home from work, he is never tired and has already read the newspaper.
I believe I can confirm that it is because civil servants aren't tired and have already read the paper when they come home from work.
Very true. Good. It seems like Bulling has finally done his work.
As everything is all in order, can you now tell me where the information is that you sent to the agency?
Yes. There is a large brown envelope near the dispatch cabinet. It's in there that we exchange our tips with Bulling.
1,000 thanks. Goodbye, sir.
My salutations to Bulling.
Well, with the help of Jackson, we did solve that.
There are several documents in this file. Let's see.
Spring Heel Jack. Spring Heel Jack, the Terror of London, fantastical character, first appearance 1837, associated with several suspicious muggings and robberies taking place in London and other parts of England. Batwings. Oh.
I wonder why Bulling is studying this tale about Spring Heel Jack so meticulously.
The Terror of London, Spring Heel Jack, the Phantom kills the Butch's blade. The Phantom Killer, the Butcher's Blade, the Whitechapel Butcher, Dr. Death, the London Ripper, the Bleeder, the Bloody Reaper.
What does that mean?
Mr. Charles Moore, I thank you for this testimony of the Whitechapel Killer that you follow. Not easy authentication. Do not hand over to the press without my invitation. Thank you for your collaboration and your discretion. We won't forget this, Inspector Aberline.
Well, a piece of information about the murders transmitted exclusively to the police without informing the press. That has piqued my curiosity. Perhaps I should go to the police station to get more information.
Tom, about the letter, give the thanks from Inspector Aberline. I think they took the bait. Even if they were defending themselves, think of the second. We must be ready if he kills again. Either way, we must keep up the correspondence. Be responsive. This idea will save us. We will get the information firsthand and we will make history. But stay quiet and keep a low profile. I'm not really in the know, and you will be the first one who gets it if there's trouble. CM.
What does that mean? I've inspected everything, but there's no sign of bullying. He must have dashed off to his HQ, the Wasp's Nest. However, before I go to see him, I should find out about this mysterious information. It could help me get something out of the journalist. To the police station, then. Let's go to the police station. Let's go to the police station.
Come, back again, are we? Come this way, good man. The inspector has a few questions to ask you.
Uh-oh.
Here is the man, Inspector.
Congratulations, Humphreys. So, my lad, one would say that you owe us a bit of an explanation for having left something with us. What is your full name and profession?
Sherlock Holmes, consulting detective.
Well, how about that?
Mr. Holmes, can you explain this get-up, your presence in the neighbourhood despite my instructions, as well as this most opportune restitution of jewels?
Firstly, I should tell you that not being under your command, I never understood what you said as an order, but rather as advice. I thought I would be wise to follow them to a certain extent. I intended to explain the stolen goods sooner or later. My presence here will allow me to fill you in on a few conclusions that...
If it is in regard to the Whitechapel murders, it won't help us much. We have no doubt that we will be revealing the identity of the murderer to the people in the area in a day or two.
I'm impressed, Inspector, and I offer you my sincerest congratulations. Nonetheless, you should investigate a certain doctor.
Listen, Holmes, let us do our work. You've rid us of a great pain in the rear end by finding those jewels for us. It's weeks of work that you've saved us. But I think you're a little underqualified for a case like that of Jack the Ripper.
That's not what the subtitles say.
I demand that you do not set foot in the area. Is that clear?
I take note of your advice, Inspector. You mentioned Jack the Ripper. Pardon me, but you know the name of the murderer?
Oh, it's from a letter that the Central News Agency sent our way. It was written by the killer. And even if it can't be proven, it must be recognised that the signature is striking. This information is confidential, and I would ask you to keep it to yourself, Holmes.
Can I have a little look? Out of mere curiosity, Inspector. Then I shall disappear.
In that case, I don't see any objection.
Thank you so much.
Chez Patron? I keep on hearing the police have caught me, but they won't fix me just yet. I've laughed when they look so clever and talk about being on the right track. That joke about leather apron gave me real fits. I'm down on whores, and I shan't quit ripping them till I do get buckled. Grand work the last job was. I gave the lady no time to squeal. How can they catch me now? I love my work and want to start again. You will soon hear of me with my funny little games. I saved some of the proper red stuff in the ginger beer bottle over the last job to write with, but it went thick like glue and I can't use it. Red ink is a bit Red ink is fit enough, I hope. Ha ha ha. The next job I do, I shall clip the lady's ears off and send to the police officers just for jolly, wouldn't you? This man is sick. Keep this letter back till I do a bit more work, then give it out straight. My knife's so nice and sharp, I want to get to work right away if I get a chance. Good luck. Yours truly, Jack the Ripper. Don't mind me giving the trade name. P.S. Wasn't good enough to port this before I got all the red ink off my hands. Curse it, no luck yet. They say I'm a doctor now. Ha ha ha. Oh. Sick.
Me? Not up to discovering who Jack the Ripper is? Well, we'll soon find out, won't we, Inspector Aberline? I know who wrote the Dear Boss letter signed Jack the Ripper that Inspector Aberline gave me, and above all, I now know why. This Tom Bulling was inspired by this fantastical character to build a myth out of the Whitechapel Killer. Perhaps he would be receptive if I shared my discovery about him and prevent him from accusing Squippy. I must find him at once. My best bet will be to try my luck at the pub.
The plot thickens.
Ah, Holmes, I got your message, and here I am.
Watson's here. Watson? Oh my God, Watson.
Perfect, Watson. That oaf Bluto is looking for us with evil intentions, and he may be hiding here. I will try to get more information inside. You, Watson, will be our lookout, and at the slightest suspicious sound, do not hesitate to call the constable on his rounds. Good evening, Mr. Bulling.
We know each other?
No, however, I have some information that may be of interest to you.
Talk, my friend. A pint for you if what you say is worth something. Does it have to do with the Whitechapel murders?
Indeed, I know the identity of the man who wrote a letter to the police, a letter entitled Dear Boss, in which the author claims to be the Whitechapel murderer and is signed Jack the Ripper.
What?
It's a journalist who was inspired by Spring-Heeled Jack in order to strengthen the credibility and the seriousness of his agency. This new Jack will give him some first-hand information that he, in turn, will dole out sparingly to the authorities, as well as some carefully distilled indiscretions that the big papers will come to beg of him. He plays both sides off against one another and becomes the chief orchestrator of the rumor. He wrote this letter in this very spot, and he has red ink on his fingers. Like you.
What exactly are you after, my friend?
You've been threatening a certain Squibby to distribute a telegram naming him as a possible suspect in these murders in revenge for an old feud. I would suggest you don't write this note and that you leave Squibby alone.
I'd forgotten about the existence of that rapscallion. I threw that at him when I was visiting the station to get the dope. You should have seen his face.
You must also stop sending these letters that waste the authorities' precious time.
Right, well, I don't even know what you're talking about. I have a great relationship with the Bobbies. Just ask around. I don't have to answer to nobody. Now leave me alone.
Farewell, sir.
Good riddance.
Well then.
Hey, you wouldn't be the gas man that Bluto's looking for.
Don't know him.
Uh-oh.
No, if Bluto sees me, it could prove to be quite dangerous.
Yes, sir.
Let's hurry to the police station, Watson. We are close to our goal. Squibby will be able to reveal what he knows about Tumblety. Squibby! So that's it. You're a free man again. We were just coming to the station to find you.
Yeah, the Bobbies agreed to let me go, and I came to see Bluto before ferreting you out. So, you've seen the newspaper man?
Yes, he is in the pub and everything is taken care of, but I'm waiting to hear what you have to say about Dr. Tumblety.
Okay, but we have to be quick. One night, I goes to see Bluto in his hideout that ain't far from the boarding house where this Tumblety bloke has a room. I see him coming in too. He must have been on one real binge. To the point, the Tumblety fella was there, and he smiles at me, all nice like. He tells me he's a great Yankee doctor, but my business interests him. I'm interested, I tell him, but I'm not the type to just jump right in without getting to know a person, see? He invites me around to his room to talk business, just him and me. We empty a bottle or two, and all of a sudden, like, he wants to show me what he's got in this big trunk that he always carts around places. I just about vomited, see? In these jars, just like pickles, you know, there were pieces of meat. And he whispers that
Oh my
it's the
God.
lady bits of some old dames. He called them peckybins. I'd call them love killers, I would. Yuck! After that, he starts to go on about rich folk. They ain't nothing but dogs, and I won't tell you the worst of it. Then he comes all close to me and puts his sweaty hand on my leg. He was one of them types, not me.
Oh.
I don't wait a second before I give him a good thrashing, and I start running and let go of him, and he still wants to see me again just to talk business. But then I had to do time, so business.
Do you know where he can be found?
Why, ain't he in his digs? Maybe he got to liking life behind bars too. I heard that in some jobs there's a way to.
Thank you for your information, and we'll meet again, my friend. Here is the sum I promised to get you out of London.
Ciao, fella. I've just got a little score to settle with Bluto, and I'm heading for the country.
Oh, y'all gonna fight? Who is that? Oh my God.
Lipsky!
What the?
My dear Watson, we must strike while the iron is hot. We have avoided meeting Dr. Tumblety until now. The time has come to do so.
Do you have an opinion, Holmes?
We must assure ourselves that the factor collector of female organs and a murderer who removes said organs are resident in the same area at the same time is nothing more than coincidence.
I thought that you wouldn't bring me back your keys. It's you, Mr. Holmes. Good evening, Dr. Watson.
Indeed, it is I again. One of your tenants left without returning his keys?
Yes, it's Dr. Tumblety whom we spoke about. Shortly after your last visit here, some constables came and asked me a few questions regarding him. Barely had they left than the doctor came barreling around a street corner and rushed up into his room upstairs. A little while afterwards, while I was tidying, I heard a thud in his room and a rush down the stairs. He left with most of his bags, but without returning his keys. You can go up and see if you wish. The door is still open.
That's weird.
Careful, Watson. Do not walk around here until I've inspected these marks.
I know, Holmes, I know. I understand your methods. Ah, you have your rule and magnifying glass. I thought that you had forgotten them, Holmes.
I never forget the essentials, my dear Watson. Right foot, light trails. The man was running. Size 13.
Ah, you have your rule.
I never forget the essentials. Right foot, light trails. The man was running. Right foot, light trails.
So it says size 13. Let's see if I do it this way.
Size 13. Size 13. This isn't water. Going by its sticky texture and odor, I'd say we're dealing with formalin. These are the footprints of a tall man who had recently stepped in formalin and who left this room in a hurry.
Well, can I walk on it and enter the room now, Holmes?
Do not understand how you found yourself in this situation. Your passionate discussions on the legitimacy of this war should have convinced more than one.
If this letter is addressed to him, it would appear our doctor is a veteran of the American Civil War. Vicksburg is the key. Now, that is interesting. These footprints are the same as those found in front of the door. There are a few pieces of a large glass jar in this puddle. The man who left the footprints on the ground must have walked in it while fleeing. These footsteps must be those of Squibby. He must have hit Tumblety, who dropped one of his jars.
And he ran out. Elementary, Holmes.
Perfect, Watson. Going by its size, this enormous trunk must be a wardrobe. These brackets are rather unusual. What do you think, Watson?
Let's see, Holmes. These are the names of the battles from the American Civil War.
Oh my. Oh gosh, I don't have that. I don't have that as just ready knowledge. Dear Francis, it is impossible for us to meet again. I am feeling terrible as pursuing our relationship further would put both my marriage and my reputation in danger. I must return to the life of love, fleeting and physical, in which a few coins to these young men assures corporal peace and anonymity. Anonymity. I said it right the first time. I'm just silly. These growing feelings that I have for you make me scared, and I would prefer to shun this passion for the fear that I may never for the fear that it may never leave me. Perhaps we shall cross paths again one day in a discreet location where like-minded men meet. Oh, I know that you frequent them regularly. You never hide yourself. For my part, I will spend more time with my wife and girls in order to find the serenity, and I hope to throw the veil of oblivion over our passionate embraces. All the best, Charles. Ooh, is they gay? Ooh. You used to live near Vicksburg, Octobron? My phone is loud as hell. Y'all, was they gay? Is he gay? I think he did say he put his hand on his lap. I think they's gay. My dear Francis, it is in putting aside our common past and thus as a friend that I am sending you these words. I have learned from some mutual friends that of your recent trouble with the law, you should be more careful. England has nothing in common with the Wild West. But her seedy areas can be just as dangerous. Your attraction to young rogues will cost you dearly one of these days, whether it be at the end of an alley or on the benches of a jury. A man of your quality and fortune does not have to frequent the hovels and bring his pistol with him everywhere. It is not necessary to use violence to find partners, unless this violence pleases you. Certain circles that we use to frequent are still open to you. Take advantage of this healthy and respectable company rather than demeaning yourself with these destitute lads. And pray get rid of the god-awful chest. Get rid of that god-awful chest. Who knows what the people to whom you show while bragging must think and speak of it. The man you once loved, Henry. Sure did. Backwoods, Mississippi. That one on the puzzle will most likely be gray cap. Oh, be a gray cap? Okay.
This Dr. Tumblety seems to be attracted to men more than women. That much is clear. So, the doctor has a handgun, and he would use it to restrain young men, perhaps.
Oh my goodness.
What are we doing, Holmes?
So yeah, he was gay. Oh my. Who knew we were going to have a homosexual in here? Okay.
Going by its size, this enormous trunk must be a wardrobe.
The Battle of Gettysburg. Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head.
Let's see. 5 latches, each fitted with a 6-number combination system.
Do y'all remember the dates of the specific dates of the battles? Oh my God. I may have to look this one up. How much longer in this game do I have? It can't be much longer. Sherlock Holmes versus Jack the Ripper. But that's crazy, October, and I didn't know you lived. What did you say? I know you live near this area. That's pretty cool. Because I think I only have one. I don't know if I'm on. I can't be on the last chapter. It's either next is the last chapter or I'm on the last chapter currently. But I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so we're on chapter 6. Okay. I said, what the hell? Oh. Vicksburg is May 18th to July 4th. Oops. Is that what I'm trying to do? Okay. Please. Gettysburg is May 1863. No. Okay, let me see if I got these right. 1204611 1709620 020563 030763 040763. Oh shoot. And then we gotta do this. Oh, okay. They're Euro coded. I kind of figured that. I was like, oh my gosh.
Elementary.
Oh my God, what's in here? I'm scared.
This is dreadful, Holmes. This trunk contains 4 jars in which organs are floating.
Ew.
Watson, can you tell me at a glance what
Can't
these
see
organs
it.
are?
I would say that they are parts of female reproductive organs.
Oh my
Are these
God.
specimens fresh?
No, and I am quite certain of it. From the colour and appearance, I'd say these organs have been in these jars for several months, if not years.
Let's go to Baker Street.
Is there someone here?
Yes.
What's going on, Finley? You seem to be in a panic.
The 2 police officers wanted to know if someone suspicious had entered here. The Whitechapel killer has struck again. And if I understood correctly, he killed 2 women in the past few hours.
That was
Where?
quick.
I don't know. The police didn't tell me anything.
Quick, Holmes, we must catch up with them.
Certainly not, Watson. Mr. Finley, do you know if the doctor had any other pieces of luggage up there apart from this trunk?
1 or 2, I think.
Do you take care of the doctor's laundry?
My wife does laundry for the tenants once a week. The sheets likewise.
Would you be kind enough to let us know as soon as possible if the doctor shows up again?
Certainly. I'm just worried that he won't be back, you see, and I'm annoyed about my keys.
Holmes, I don't follow. The Whitechapel killer is, at this very moment, very close by, and we are just staying put, twiddling our thumbs.
The Whitechapel killer has always been nearby. And what will we do? Go back to the scene of the crime or crimes and mix with the onlookers and trample the crime scenes even more? No, our time will come. Let's return to Baker Street.
Let's go back to Baker Street. Home, sweet home.
I'm with Watson. I'm like, I want to go home.
We were less than 200 feet away from the first victim a few minutes before she was murdered. We might even have heard the murderer's voice. And we haven't done a thing for the past week.
You're the one not doing anything, Watson.
Ooh.
For my part, I had been working. And, as you know, I've made good use of this week by tracking down and verifying all of the solid facts on these 2 murders to write up the notes that are on my desk, read them over again and try to gain a bit of perspective.
Note on the murder of Liz Stride at Dustville's yard. Certain information that I've collected must be verified. 45 years old, 5'5", occasional prostitute. Lived for the past 3 years in a stormy relationship with a certain kidney. A waterside laborer, 36 years of age, whom she left a few days earlier. She charged him with assault but failed to appear in court, and the case was thrown out. My goodness. Or 6 years old, 5 feet, occasional prostitute, regular relationship for 7 years with one John Kelly, a man with no regular employment about the same age as the victim. The victim was found dead at 1:44 a.m. on September 30th by P.C. Watkins, who was on his rounds. He secured the area by calling to the watchman of the warehouse located some feet from the crime scene. Been dead for half an hour, unlikely. Okay. So he's summarizing everything.
I have read and reread them, but give me something to do then. A task where I can get stuck in, because...
Find me a slaughterhouse that will give us exclusive use of its block for an hour. And find me, in your opinion, which common animal shares the most characteristics with humans from a physiological point of view?
Pig?
I don't even know why I asked that question. Pray, find a dozen fresh pig's heads, Watson. Not big heads, I prefer small ones.
Sows?
That's it, Watson. As soon as you have done that, let me know. I request that you search in Whitechapel. Who knows, perhaps you will learn something about where Dr. Tumblety may be hiding. There is also no shortage of slaughterhouses and pig's heads in those parts.
No, Lord. I'm Watson now. We're Watson.
I have no reason to go that way. I must go to Miss Bella's. I must go to Miss Bella's. Good evening, Lucy. But is something wrong?
Good evening, Dr. Watson. Yes, it's my uncle. He's no longer with us.
Please accept my condolences, miss.
Thank you, Doctor. But why are you here? Can I help you?
My request may sound rather strange, but do you know if there is a butcher's or slaughterhouse in the area where pigs are killed?
Yes, Fletcher's the man. He was a regular client, owner of a little butcher's shop not far. But Miss Bella didn't want him to come, as long as he didn't treat his awful sickness.
Can you point to his shop on my map?
Certainly.
Do you know anything about the 2 latest murders?
Oh, goodness me, no. All the girls in the neighbourhood are terrified.
I'd be too.
Who will be next? That's what everyone is asking.
Goodbye, Lucy.
Until next time, perhaps, Doctor.
I hope he don't get Lucy. I like Lucy.
I have no reason to go that way. Ah, there's Fletcher's butcher shop. Closed due to illness. If the proprietor is ill, the butcher's block is probably not being used. Perhaps I can use it. Now, where could a sick butcher have got to? If the proprietor is Whitechapel Street. Bucks Road. No, I must find Fletcher. If he is really unwell, he can't be here. No, I must find Fletcher.
Oh, he be at the clinic.
Yes, if Fletcher is ill, he should be here. Yes, if Fletcher is ill, he should be here.
Good evening, Dr. Watson.
Good evening, Dr. Gibbons. I have come to see you because I was wondering if, by any chance, you happen to have a patient by the name of Fletcher, a butcher who would have relinquished his shop due to illness. An illness caught during nocturnal encounters, if you catch my drift.
Fletcher is one of the regulars at the clinic. Mercury treatment against syphilis. A night with Venus, a lifetime with Mercury. He left London a fortnight ago for the fresh country air. Why is he of interest to you?
Oh, no reason. I'm more interested in using his shop, only for an hour or so. Would he have left his keys with family in the area?
He has none left, but he must have left Hardiman, the cat's meat seller, to oversee his shop. They're in business. They're good friends.
Do you know where he can be found?
No, but wander around the neighbourhood and listen for his beeps. He often passes in front of the clinic. Besides...
Beep, beep, baby. Beep, beep. Oh, Lord, there she go again.
It's me that you're looking for, sweetheart.
No, it's not.
Actually, no. I am looking for the cat food seller, Hardiman.
Hardiman? Poor Hardiman. It isn't quitting time for him yet. That gives me some time to wander the streets before he shows up, and with him all the cats hereabouts.
Do you know where he lives?
Sure. And for a copper, I might even tell you.
Here are a few coins.
You're too kind, Governor. Well, these days I knows that he lives with his mammy on Hanbury Street, in the same place where Dark Annie bled to death.
Oh my God.
Why did you call him poor Hardiman?
Bah, he's in grieving, of course. Just a few weeks ago he lost his wife, and 3 months before that his girl, poor fella. He was in tatters, even came to cry on my shoulder, believe it or not.
Well, I must leave you. I must go to Hanbury Street.
Ooh. I knew you weren't about to want it. I knew you're not about to go in there. I'm like, you can't go in that door.
I have no reason to go that way.
Look for Hanbury Street.
Batty Street.
Commercial Street.
Burner Street. Burner Street.
Okay, we were oh my god. Yeah, we were just here, so it's not down here. Unless, is it on the map? Maybe it's on the map. Oh, yep.
This is the building in which poor Annie Chapman was killed.
Beep beep.
Well, we heard a beep beep.
Beep beep.
Yep.
Hello, are you Mr. Hardiman?
That's me.
I am Dr. Watson. I have come to see you about Fletcher's shop. I would like to use it for an hour or two, if you have the keys and your rates are reasonable.
Do you want to operate on someone in the butcher's?
Not at all. One of my friends needs it to prepare pig's heads.
Well, why not? Fletcher certainly wouldn't mind, but there's a problem.
What's the problem?
A problem? How so?
This morning, the neighbour above broke his key in the door. The old boy must have already had a drink.
So?
Well, I tried my best to unjam it with Fletcher's spare key, which is pretty thin, and bam, that one broke too.
Hard luck. But if you have the end of the
He's
broken
all
key,
full of
perhaps
mercury.
it can be fixed.
It must still be upstairs. I didn't pick it up. Fletcher has a key too, so I didn't think it was a problem. Fancy, if I just had another key with a simpler blade, I could copy it. I'm great at odd jobs.
Fine, I will try to find all of that. Well, see you later then.
Goodbye, sir.
I have no reason to go that way. Tell me, is it...
What are you looking for? Tricks? Opium? Girl? Sailor?
Oh.
I have no reason to go that way. I have no reason to go that way. This key was left inadvertently.
So
Indeed,
now he's a
there is nothing
locksmith.
terribly precious inside. But what a stench.
Oh. Some people are into that.
Oh, no.
Oh, shh.
But what a... Ah, how dreadful.
Is that shish kebab, but out of people?
Kebabs, the same as Hardiman's. So he prepares his meat here. My word, these are innards.
Ew.
This bag contains butcher's equipment. I found it.
Let me go ahead and run downstairs. Oh, oh.
Have you found everything I need to remake the key?
There you go. I think you'll manage with all of this.
I'm sure I will, sir. It won't take me long.
Say, I think there's some of your business upstairs.
Oh, you're right. I ain't had the time to sort it out. Sometimes I'm in such a hurry to prepare my meat that I forget to clean up.
But why do it in the stairwell?
Offal bleeds bucket loads, they do, as you've seen. Now, why would I do that in my own lodgings?
Ah, of course. But what about your poor neighbours?
They owe it to me, all the times I've helped them out.
Hey Ty, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Now, these pig
You
heads.
sell animal meat, isn't that right? Would you know where I could find a dozen small pig's heads?
The guy who gets me my offal should have some.
I'll pay your day's wages if you meet me at Fletcher's butcher shop in 2 hours with the pig's heads. Here's a little advance.
I'll do my best, Doctor.
The caretaker of another building told us that the place where your mother lives has a reputation for facilitating prostitutes' activities. Is that true?
Sure, the doors are never closed. They come through here like it's Paddington Station.
By the way, I heard about your loss. My condolences.
Ta, sir. I saw them die slow deaths. My little girl, her face was...
You didn't get to see Ty's doom run. Ty, you leave your VODs up, don't you?
Thank you, my friend, and please forgive me for bringing up such painful memories.
Go, I must do my rounds, and I will look for what you've asked for.
As for me, I will go and find Holmes, and we will go to the butcher's together. Let's return to Fletcher's butcher shop.
Your heads are on the block inside. Say, you wouldn't be the same chap who bought my whole load the other day.
It's possible, but if you want to continue to do business together, you mustn't speak of my presence in the area to anyone.
Don't worry, my lord. I'll be as quiet
Okay,
as
so
a
the VOD
church
is
mouse.
available. I love when Ty plays what they call boomer shooters. I love when Ty plays boomer shooters. It's so relaxing. Oh, Watson, you scared me.
What do you think, Holmes? Holmes, will you explain the reason and rhyme behind this masquerade?
Elementary. We shall conduct an experiment that will allow us to answer a simple question. Does the type of weapon used by the killer correspond to a specific profession? And here are our sow's heads. Congratulations, Watson.
You're welcome, Holmes, but what do you really want to do? Take up a collection?
Yeah. I was gonna stream today, but I have work tonight. In fact, I have to get going soon. I still gotta do episode 3 and 4 of Doom. Then it's off to Doom 2. Oh, Jackson said he watched it this morning, but he doesn't get to chat. Yeah, that's what stinks. I have been considering doing like more premieres, but I don't know.
There's nothing further to find in this room.
What
Watson.
a good time
However,
will be.
I need some knives. Our only hope is behind this door.
We need some knives, Lord. Ooh, I bet it smells crazy in here. Watson, stop scaring me.
This wheel is broken and prevents the door from sliding.
Well, Mr. Holmes, I don't think I have anything.
This wheel is broken and...
Hold on.
I need something. There is nothing further to find in this room, Watson. This wheel is broken and prevents the door from...
A different perspective always helps. Normally.
I need more information.
Okay, so Mr. Holmes.
I need something.
What do you need? Oh. Okay.
There, this door is slightly raised.
Wasn't sure if you were going to guess Doom based off the clues I gave. I'm trying to remember what your clues were. I know I didn't guess Doom. Maybe that was the one you said was way too obvious.
There is nothing further to find in this room, what?
Oh.
I need something. There is nothing further to find in this room, what?
Okay, so what? Ah.
Elementary. While I prepare our experiment, could you find me 2 knives? A small one, somewhat larger than a pocket knife, with a large, sharp blade. We'll need it to separate the bones and to cut through the thick skins. Then find me a long knife that's at least 13 inches long, no shorter, that's sharp and has a thick blade.
Fine, Holmes, but I'd like to tell you about Hardiman. Do you know that he prepares his kebabs himself, and...
That he owns butcher's tools and uses offal? That's obvious, Watson. Pray, take my magnifying glass and my rule and get started, Watson. Find me these 2 knives.
I'm curious as to which games y'all like better. Like, do y'all prefer these games or the Nancy Drew games? I'm going to put a poll in the chat. It's funny, but I never thought Doom is a horror game. That was the one you were saying was really obvious. I don't know if I would consider Doom really a horror game either. Well, it's got demons, takes place in hell, got a lot of dark places. Yeah, checks all the boxes. I guess on paper, especially, it does. I guess it's just so action. I guess it's kind of like Resident Evil in that sense. It's like action horror. I guess that is a genre, action horror. Okay, let's go in here. Ooh, I bet it stank.
Thanks to the magnifying glass, I can find a small knife that matches Holmes's description.
It's just for fun, Jack. Well, specifically like the games, not like the books, but of what you've seen of the games, which do you prefer? Obviously, the target audience is different. So like if we're comparing like the TV shows or the books, but like specifically the video games.
Large size. Fragments of cartilage.
Oh.
Fragments of cartilage. Fragments of cartilage. Large size. With the rule, I must find a large knife.
Ooh. Oh.
Size 13 inches.
Measure it correctly. He doesn't want to measure these right. He only measured this one.
Large size. Fragments of cartilage. Large size. Fragments of cartilage.
So is it this one? Come on, Watson. You know how to measure those things. We all know you're a size queen.
I am in need of something.
I will say, I think there is a gay man running around. Like a man interested in men that we're trying to find. Is it this one, Holmes? Let's try this one.
I am in need of something.
And here are our sow's heads. Congratulations, Watson.
You're welcome, Holmes, but what do you really want to do? Take up a collection?
Of course, another queer villain, typical. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, ugh, of course. Oh, we can't take both
No,
at the same time.
Holmes only needs 2 knives. Here are your knives, Holmes.
No, Watson.
Damn it. It broke my heart. I remember I was reading up on the DC comic book Legion of Superheroes, like the original one. And I remember there was someone who used to write, he grew up reading Marvel comics, and he liked DC comics, but he felt like the DC comics were not on the level that Marvel comics were. Basically, he just felt like they weren't mature enough at the time. So he ended up writing at DC, and this lay back in like the 60s and 70s. He ended up writing for the Legion of Superheroes, and he introduced a new character called Pharaoh Lad. He wanted Pharaoh Lad to be like one of the first black superheroes. So he was supposed to be black. But of course, they're like, oh, we don't really want to do that because, you know, how we be, you know, the South and this, that, and the other. So Pharaoh Lad was faceless. I say all that to say he was a pretty respected comic book writer. However, I think he was writing for Spider-Man or something. And he freaking... I think somebody wanted to create a gay character. He was like, no. But then he would end up writing a character in one of the comics to be assaulted or accosted by 2 gay men in the bathroom. So it's like, okay, gay people can only exist if they're predators. Gotcha. Loud and clear.
Here are your knives, Holmes.
No, Watson.
What you mean, no? They both got cartilage. That one has cartilage. But he did say they have to be big.
Here are your knives, Holmes.
No, Watson.
Oh my God, which one is it? Watson? I mean, not Watson. Holmes, which one do you want? Like, I'm going crazy here. Okay, which one? Wait, I think I got the right ones. Hold on. Of course, it's all about the money. It's sad to say some parts of the world still don't allow depictions of gay. Very true, Ty. It's just frustrating every time I think about it. Like, ugh. So which is, and I'm trying to see which knives I should. I said I should take the 13 inches one. Cleaver 4 is too big.
Fragments of cartilage. No, Holmes only needs 2 knives.
Hold on. And honestly, depictions of lesbian women isn't any better. It's only in the gaze of straight
Here
men.
are your knives, Holmes.
No, Watson.
Let me put both these back. Hold on. So this one, I cannot get him to...
Size? 11 inches.
Says find the 2 knives. There's 7 regular knives. Knife 1 and knife 8 are the 2 longest. He needs a knife with a large blade, at least 13 inches long. So definitely he needs this one. So is it these 2? Yep.
Here are the knives you asked for. Be careful, they're awfully sharp. Holmes, I must say that this experiment is making me rather uneasy, comparing animal heads to these poor women.
You're right, Watson, but this somewhat shocking experiment may help to end this massacre and save other victims, you can be sure of that. Look, these pigs' heads are still bloody, which will suit our experiment perfectly. I have a pocket knife and a scalpel with me. With the 2 knives you just brought me, we have a similar array of weapons as those probably used by the killer. We saw 3 types of throat wounds on the deceased attributed to this man. Those intended to slit the throat, those intended to decapitate, and a more superficial yet mortal wound that led to the death of the unfortunate victim in Dutfield's yard, Miss Stride. With the help of these 4 knives, we are going to try to recreate these wounds on the pigs' heads and see what we can establish about the weapon or weapons used. We may also be able to rule out Miss Stride as a victim of the killer of the other 3.
You control Sherlock Holmes. So try to... I can't click on anything, so it's throwing me for a loop.
Let's try to use these weapons on this head to obtain a large deep wound to the throat, like those that were noted on 3 of the 4 victims.
Okay. So let's see this one. Nah.
This little knife is very sharp and has a very wide blade.
Mm-mm.
The wound is too shallow.
This one.
This pocket knife is very sharp, but its blade is too thin.
Yeah, that's it.
Look, Watson, this knife easily penetrates the flesh.
It's this one.
Let's try to decapitate our victim with these tools, knowing that the killer didn't quite manage to do it.
Charming.
Watson's like, Great.
This knife with a long blade easily slices the flesh, but cannot dislocate the vertebrae.
Definitely not that one.
With a scalpel, the wound is too shallow.
Oh, yes, it's that one. That's it.
Look, Watson, this little knife with a wide base can easily slice the vertebrae of our porcine friend. Let's see if these knives can inflict a mortal wound in a situation where a single quick blow is given. The scenario in question is that of Dutfield's Yard.
Might be that one.
It cuts through the flesh easily as the blade is so sharp.
I think that's it. Okay, how do I...
Let's try to use these weapons on this head to obtain a large deep wound to the throat, like those that were noted on 3 of the 4 victims. This little knife is very sharp and has a very wide blade.
Okay, so it's more than one.
Elementary.
I thought it was just one.
Let's try to decapitate our victim with these tools, knowing that the killer didn't quite manage to do it.
Charming.
The blade of this pocket knife is too... With a scalpel, the wound is too shallow. Elementary. Let's see if these knives can inflict a mortal wound. Look, Watson, the blade sinks easily into the flesh.
Yep.
In using the cutting edge of this pocket knife's blade, I can scrape the skin. This particularly sharp blade can make a deep gash with one quick slice. Elementary, elementary.
Elementary, elementary. So it's gotta be this one.
That's it, Watson, the big knife. With respect to the opinion
But
of
we knew
medical
that from the
examiners
start.
who noted that a butcher's knife with a long blade would have caused the eviscerations on some of the victims, we can assume, Watson, that he only used this type of weapon as it is capable of inflicting all of the wounds displayed. Furthermore, the Dutfield's Yard murder remains attributable, for the moment, to the Whitechapel killer, if we are able to explain why the murderer used his knife in a different manner. Why not go there now? We will try to reenact the killer's actions that night. Our first objective will be to clarify, one way or another, the statements of Constable Smith, as well as this Hungarian by the name of Schwartz. We must also try to find out more about the International Working Men's Educational Club, underneath which the murder took place, perhaps at the Wasp's Nest.
Yes, let's go to Dutfield's Yard or wherever, but quickly. I am in urgent need of fresh air.
I know it's stank
Let's go
up
to the
in there.
Wasp's Nest.
Did you say the wasp's nest?
I have no reason to go that way. I have no reason. Don't forget that Bluto may still be hiding here. I will try to find out more inside. You, Watson, must intercept the policeman on his rounds. Given the hour and a bit of luck, it will be Smith. Try to get some information from him.
Understood, Holmes.
Hello.
I know you. You're Squibby's guardian angel. You weren't dressed the same last time, but I don't forget a face. No hard feelings, huh? Join me in a glass?
Your Jack the Ripper is
Ooh.
on everyone's lips and written in all of the papers. You must be awfully proud of yourself. You have skill, that's for certain. It's a shame you use it to mask rather than discover the truth.
You better believe that I'm going to find out who it is. I got a hold of old Schwartz's interpreter. You know, the Hungarian who saw Liz Stride get it. Doesn't speak a word of English. And when he went round to the station, another Jew went along to interpret. I found that bloke, and he repeated everything that had been said at the station. It won't be long before I find these fellows.
Why do you say these fellows? Were there several of them?
Do you not read the papers, or what? Well, given the rubbish that you read sometimes, let me explain. At 12:45 a.m., Schwartz goes down Burner Street towards Fairclough, on the side of the road where the Workers' Club is. A bit further from there, just near Dutfield Yard's wooden doors, a chap and a lady are arguing. The Star said that the bloke wanted to push the girl into Dutfield's yard, but the translator told me that Schwartz saw him pulling her towards the road. She doesn't want to follow. He grabs her by the shoulders and throws her to the ground. She falls. Bawls a bit, but not too loudly. Old Schwartz is scared, crosses to the other side, but continues in the same direction. The bloke with the girl notices him and yells, "Lipsky!" At the same time, another bloke at the corner of Fairclough and Burner who was lighting his pipe gets in on the action. He starts coming towards Schwartz in a menacing way, and Schwartz takes to his heels, doesn't see anything else. Once he finds out that a woman got herself killed, he went to testify and identified Long Liz Stride as the woman he saw getting thrown about. So there were definitely two blokes, mate. But why am I telling you all this?
In vino veritas. I'll take my leave then, Mr. Bulling.
That's right. Till next time.
A draft, my good man.
Here, sir.
Tell me, was it not a mere stone's throw away from here that the Whitechapel killer struck last week?
That'd be Jack the Ripper, that's his name. Slit the throat of a working girl in a small courtyard over there behind them big wooden doors.
Below the Workers' Club?
The very spot, below Lipsky and Co. I wouldn't be surprised if Jack was one of them, if you catch my drift.
Lipsky and Company. Do you mean to say that someone called Lipsky runs this club?
Nah, it's just that it's full of Jews. In Whitechapel, we call them all Lipskys, like that Lipsky who killed that girl in Batty Street last year.
Oh, really?
Last year, a Jew named Israel Lipsky killed a lass who was 6 months pregnant by
Oh
making
my
her drink
God.
acid. One trial and one protest by rabbis later, and he was hanging. By those who don't much like him, the Jews are called Lipskys.
Is the term Lipskys used to refer to the Jews in the area, and is this club frequented by Jews?
You got it. Socialist Jews even. They spend their evenings hollering, singing. I've seen them spitting on the bosses.
And people say things aren't political.
And you know the victim?
No more her than any other. The working girls don't drum up business too much in this street. They need a reason to end up here.
Very well. Goodbye.
Cheers.
First and foremost, I must find P.C. Smith. Good evening, Constable.
Good evening, sir.
I am Dr. Watson. Would you happen to be P.C. Smith, the man who patrols this beat?
That's me. And you work with the famous Sherlock Holmes, don't you? What can I do for you?
I believe you were on duty the night when the murder took place here. you would certainly be able to confirm a few details, such as the time of death that the medical examiner gave.
It's just that I wasn't there when the body was discovered. I don't think I can help you.
But I was told that you had seen the victim that very night.
Indeed, but it was before the murder. I saw her, not far from here. She was talking to a man. It was around 12:30 or 12:35 a.m.
What did this man look like?
I only saw him from behind, really.
Always from
He was wearing a
behind.
short black outfit, a small felt hat like a cap in a dark colour, and a white collar. He seemed to be a respectable type. He was carrying a packet in his hand wrapped in newspaper, about 18 inches long and about 6 inches wide.
His outfit reminds me of someone that I know. Was he a large man, on the older side?
I don't think so, no. Even though I only saw him from behind, I would say that he was barely 30 years old, or even less. Say 28, or even less. 26 years old, and 5 foot 8 inches tall at the very most. He had a small dark brown moustache and an olive complexion, I would say, but once again, I only caught a brief glimpse of his face in three-quarter profile.
Nobody else saw this man?
I discussed this previously with Mr. Eagle, the president of the Workers' Club. That night he returned around 12:40 a.m. to the club. He used the passage through Dutfield's yard to get into the club because the main door was locked. He can attest that he didn't see anyone else in the passage at that time, but wasn't really paying attention to who else might have been in Burner Street itself. He was listening to the song coming from the club. In short, no one else saw him.
Well, thank you for having satisfied my curiosity, my friend.
A fine evening to you, Doctor.
Well, I'm Sherlock Holmes again.
Well, Watson, let's go to Dutfield's yard.
Where is Dutfield's yard? Oh, got a text from a friend. Dutfield's yard. I'm trying to figure out where that is. Watson, up there you are.
Let's go to Dutfield's yard. It's not far from the wasp's nest.
Okay, so it's not far from here. But it's not over here because it's really dark.
Dutfield's yard. Your interrogation of P.C. Smith has proven to be very shrewd and of great interest. Thanks to the information I've managed to gather and that you were able to read in my notes in Baker Street, Watson, we can recreate what happened that fateful night at this location, Dutfield's Yards to be precise, the site of Liz Stride's murder.
Okay. Meeting at club ends.
At 12:45 a.m., Schwartz runs away, followed for a short distance by this man.
Okay, 12:40.
12:40 a.m., Eagle, the president of the club, enters the workers' club via the passageway through Dutfield's yard. He passed through Dutfield's yard. If Liz Stride had already been killed, he would have had to walk over her. The murder, therefore, had not yet happened.
Midnight.
Midnight, the Socialist Club meeting ends. The members, mainly Jewish men, gradually begin to leave the club in little groups or alone.
12:43.
12:43 a.m., Israel Swartz passes by Dutfield's yard and witnesses the attack on Liz Stride.
12:44.
12:44 a.m., Schwartz crosses to the other side of the road. The attacker sees him and yells, Lipsky. The attacker must have shouted to his accomplice.
So
at the
that's
end
a
of the road,
slur, I'm
Lipsky,
assuming.
indicating at Schwartz using his head in an attempt to scare off this undesirable.
12:20.
12:20 a.m., the American leaves the Socialists Club for some fresh air. The street is deserted.
Between 12:30 and 12:35.
12:30 to 12:35 a.m., Smith notices Liz Stride talking to the man with the package.
And then 1 a.m.
1 a.m., Mr. Diemschutz wants to enter with his cart, but the pony refuses. We know that the murder took place between 12:45 and 1 a.m. Mr. Diemschutz, therefore, must have disturbed the killer. Let's place Liz Stride's murder on the timeline, Watson. 12:45 to 1 a.m., the murder of Liz Stride. It took place in this very spot, as the traces of blood were very confined. We will come back to this point in a few moments to elaborate on what could have happened. Well, we are still missing certain information in order to finish this investigation, Watson. This door leads to the club for Jewish Socialist workers. This door leads to the club for Jewish Socialist workers. Watson, imagine the victim laid down there on the ground. Her right hand, it is bloody, as is her wrist.
Mm-hmm.
The throat, there is but one clean cut, slightly slanted downwards. Her left hand, it is closed around a bag of pastils. Her left hand, it is... Her knees and dress, they are clean. Her left hand, it is... Her right hand, it is bloody, as is her wrist.
Hold on. The wound to the neck is clean, starting from the right and slightly oblique and descending. There's but one superficial wound to the neck. from above? The victim put her hand to her throat. Okay, it was a thin knife. Hold on. Left-handed. Ambidextrous? I think he's left-handed. And I would think he'd be strong. I would think. Unless I'm just wrong here. Unless my deduction skills are just off. Let me double check. There's one more thing I haven't gotten.
The throat, there is but one clean cut, slightly slanted downwards. The throat, there is. The ground is muddy.
Okay, that was the last thing I needed. So I assume she struggled. I assume she was killed lying down. So I assume, so this is pointing to him coming up behind her and, you know, doing his work. What do y'all think? Murder lying down at the moment. I'm gonna say he's the same height. Oh, maybe that's not right. Her clothes were clean, so I don't think they're rolling in the ground. You're right. So they didn't struggle on the ground. I forgot about the her clothes. I can't talk. I forgot about her clothes being clean. If it's angled down, he's taller. You're also right. So she didn't struggle, so she was killed upright. But why is this wrong? From above. She had her neck wrung. Was it with the left hand or the right hand, though? Didn't struggle, was killed upright. Oh, that says lying down. Standing. Hold on. Victim didn't struggle on the ground. Victim was killed upright. It was a say, only one wound. Murderer struck from his height. Hold on. The blow was given with the right hand. Okay, so now this is right. So he must be right-handed. The killer is weak? No. Y'all, my phone is so freaking loud. So something about this is, so he's strong and strong.
We have two possibilities. The first is that Liz Stride's killer and the attacker, seen by Schwartz, were one and the same man. The second is that Liz Stride meets a client. After some discussion, they head towards Dutfield's yard to do their business. As soon as they arrive, the attacker appears while his accomplice keeps watch. Schwartz's arrival dissuades the two men from lingering. They leave the area and leave Liz Stride in a tense state, but glad to have kept her client. He will be her murderer. Both hypotheses are possible, but an incongruous detail will serve to corroborate one of them. An incongruous detail that
Jackson said, how many lumberjacks are running around London?
Murder. Which one would that be, Watson? Look at the victim carefully, Watson, and tell me the link between the murder of Liz Stride and those of Nichols and Chapman. No, that's not it. No. No, that's not it. No, that's not it.
Well, what is it? It's not the neck.
No.
It's not the blood.
The bag of pastels, Holmes.
Oh.
The bag of pastels. Indeed, Watson. If this woman had to defend herself against an attacker, why would she have held onto this bag in her hand?
That's true.
It didn't fall because this woman's hand tensed at the moment when she fell to the ground. Therefore, Watson, we know the killer distracted his victim's attention by making them take something out of their pockets. Why didn't he slit her throat like the others? He must have feared a struggle with this strong-willed woman. Why didn't he eviscerate her? Because Louis Diemschutz arrived.
Do you think the Whitechapel killer is behind this murder, Holmes?
Yes, and now this murder has been linked to its rightful perpetrator, it will take on deeper meaning when we have examined the facts from that night. Let's go to Mitre Square, where Catherine Eddowes was killed. And make haste, Watson, as we have another murder to commit in 40 minutes. Here we are, Watson, Mitre Square. It took us a mere 20 minutes to get here. If the killer left Dudfield's yard around 1 o'clock, as we assume, he would have arrived here at around 1:20 a.m. We know that Catherine Edow's body was discovered at 1:44 a.m. Catherine was released from prison around 1 o'clock, but we have no information as to what she could have been doing until her death. This place has 3 possible ways out. Let's see where they lead. As a precaution, I brought an old map of the area with me. It will help us get our bearings.
Let's hurry, Holmes. This neighborhood makes me ill at ease.
I agree with Watson. I would not want to be here. Oh.
We must, first and foremost, locate the 3 exits leading to Mitre Square, Watson. This is Mitre Street, from where Watkins, the constable who found the body, came. I have no reason to go that way. Church Passage. It must be opposite the Imperial Club at 16 to 17 Duke Street. Let's go to the end of this lane, Watson.
Oh, it's that guy.
Hello, you must be Abraham Solomonovich, am I right?
Yes, that's me. But I know you. You brought a lad to my place to take care of a cat, and I loaned you my mask.
That's me. May I present?
Dr. Watson, of course. Delighted. And you? I have known for a few days that you are a detective by the name of Sherlock Holmes. Is that so?
You don't miss a thing, do you? It was the children who gave me away, am I right?
They didn't want to, but I gained their confidence by offering them a small comb and half a cake.
They made a good deal out of it, so I don't blame them. However, I must request, as a personal favour, that you do not reveal my identity.
You have my word.
Mm-hmm.
Curiosity is just killing me, as you may have guessed. Would it be breaking an oath to confide in me the nature of the investigation that you are leading?
Does this spot where we are now in Mitre Square mean anything to you?
A demon lives in this city, Mr. Holmes. These unmentionable acts degrade the human race and put the Jewish community in terrible danger.
Lots of rumours are circulating, but they are but rumours. I see you're leaving the Imperial Club. It's a stone's throw away from Mitre Square, and the 2 recent murders were most probably discussed in there. Do you know if anyone from the club saw or heard anything that night?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. That night, 3 members of our club saw a woman talking to a man at the very spot where we are standing, a few minutes before the body was found, at the end of this passage. Fantastic, Holmes.
Calm yourself, Watson. There is nothing at the moment to suggest it was the victim. Can we meet these members?
I am afraid that won't be possible. As soon as the police heard the evidence of these men, they were sworn to silence.
I understand.
But you are working for the good, and I must tell you what I know. One of the 3 men, my friend Joseph, left that night with 2 other members of the Imperial Club, Harry and another Joseph. It was around 1:35 a.m., perhaps a bit earlier, when Joseph, not my friend, but the other, the Aldgate butcher, exited. He saw a man and a woman in discussion at this very spot where we are.
These men must have been about 16 feet away from the couple.
That's about right. So Joseph, the butcher, said to the other 2, while pointing at the couple, "Look, I don't like going home alone when I see this kind of people here." My friend Joseph looked at them without noticing anything strange and didn't understand what he meant. They had the look of 2 rather unkempt people, but no more than that.
Testimonies.
After the murder, did these 3 men tell the police what they had seen?
Not quite. Harry stated that he hadn't seen the couple. As for Joseph, the butcher, even though he was the one who commented on them and pointed them out, said that he couldn't remember anything except that the man was about 3 inches taller than the woman, who was 5 feet tall, no more. My friend Joseph, on the other hand, did his best to cooperate with the police.
Okay, description.
And what did your friend Joseph say? What did this man and woman look like?
The man must have been 30 years old, about 5 foot 7 inches, light complexion, and a fair moustache.
Same
He wore
guy.
a loose, dark jacket, a grey cap, and a red scarf around his neck. But he said that he only saw him for a brief instant, and it would be impossible to recognize him.
And the woman?
He only saw her from behind. She had her hand on the man's stomach and seemed to be pushing him. He said that he remembered that she was small, was wearing a black jacket and a black bonnet. After his testimony, the police took him to see the clothing of the deceased, and Joseph said that they looked identical to those of the woman he had seen. Like I already said, he only glanced at the two, as he was headed with the others in the direction of Aldgate.
One final question. The Imperial Club is a Jewish club, isn't that correct?
Indeed.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Solomonovich.
Bah, it was nothing. We must at all cost prevent this demon from striking again, and the police seem to have some difficulty in doing that. I wish you the best of luck, Mr. Holmes.
We must, first and foremost, locate the 3 exits leading to Mitre Square, Watson. I have no reason to go that way.
Apparently in the older games, Watson would just teleport. And that sounds horrifying.
Nothing of interest here.
Psst, not the cat.
I have no reason to go that way. This dark and narrow passage leads to St. James's Place. Well, let's find the spot where Edow's body was discovered. Nothing of interest here.
So the spot is not
Nothing
down
of
through
interest
here? It was. He had no walking animation, so he always rendered just out of sight. Oh. Oh, Octobron, have you played these games before? That sounds terrifying. Oh, you're saying it was terrifying. Ugh.
I have no reason to go that way. This dark and narrow passage leads to St. James's Place. Nothing of interest here. Well, let's find the spot where Edow's body was discovered.
Okay, so I think I did stuff out of order.
This is Mitre Street, from where Watkins, the constable who found the body, came.
You haven't, but you've seen the videos, always with dramatic music. It's amazing. I really want to play one of the newer ones, like the remakes. Those look really good. Not gonna lie.
The Imperial Club. I have no reason to go that way.
Like, I feel like these games are respected. They're just not very popular.
Closed. This building is the Great Synagogue of London.
Although, like, point and click adventure games.
Well, let's find the spot where...
Point and click adventure games in general just have completely lost their popularity, but they're one of my favorite genres. I'm just like, that's why y'all saw me playing What's Her Face, or at least y'all saw Pajamagan. The last point and click adventure he played was I can't remember her name now. I feel so bad.
No reason to go that way.
But she got a sequel game. Now he's saying let's find where so and so got murdered. Oh shoot, I ain't see all this over here.
Watson, we are now in the exact spot where poor Eddowes tragically ended her days.
This spot is very dark, Holmes.
That is probably why our murderer chose it.
It is very dark.
Turn on the light, Watson. Now then, we will need a lantern.
I have the lantern. I have the lantern. Do you want me to place it somewhere? Like,
I need something. Now then, we will need a lantern. Now then, we will need a lantern. Now then, we will need a lantern.
Like, do you want me to place the lantern somewhere? Like, I'm confused. Oh.
Take the lantern, Watson.
It's like right before y'all say it, I'm like, oh.
Do these objects spread out by the victim remind us of anything, Watson?
This item was meant for women.
The head is turned towards the left. The murderer must have been on the right side of his victim. Let's look at her from the front.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
The nose was cut.
The nose is more than cut.
The eyelids were cut off.
He cut her eyelids off?
There is but one wound, Watson. It goes from the left side and descends in a slight oblique towards the right side.
Hey Glitch, how you doing? How's your night tonight? Oh, there goes Streamlabs again.
There is but one wound, Watson. It goes from the left side and descends in a slight oblique towards the right side. The cheeks were slashed to make them thinner.
Oh my God.
The cheeks were slashed to make them thinner. The eyelids were cut off. The eyelids were cut off.
You're decent. I'm good.
There is but one wound.
I had an
Watson.
eventful
It goes
day.
from the left side and descends in a slight oblique towards the right side.
But it's calmed down, thankfully.
The main incision goes from the sternum all the way down to the groin.
Oh my God.
The murderer opened this abdomen as if it were an animal carcass. A kidney was removed. The uterus was removed.
Oh.
These intestines were pulled out altogether to grant access to the abdomen. Part of this apron is missing. We will follow up on that shortly. A thimble is located right beside one of the victim's hands, just like Chapman's sachet of pills and Stride's pastils. The inside of the thighs is clean. Once again, there were no sexual relations between the victim and her murderer.
My goodness, Holmes, it was a slaughter.
Understand, Watson, that our killer had neither the time nor the conditions to bother with the niceties. He had no more than 7 or 8 minutes at most to kill the woman, open her up, and all the while in total darkness.
Holmes, it's a woman, a poor victim you're talking about.
Consider all the time this man lost and the risks that he actually took by cutting the victim's face and the lower abdomen in around 20 precise spots, especially the lungs and the liver. These attacks, which I considered gratuitous, are in fact nothing of the sort and have as much sense as the removal of the organs. Watson, we must now consult our timeline. We began in Dutfield's yard, but this time we will try to recreate the actions of certain people, in this case those of the 2 policemen.
So this is at 1:30.
1:30 a.m. P.C. Watkins didn't see the corpse while on his rounds. If P.C. Watkins did his
Power
rounds
Farm, yeah, I heard about that a while ago, Glitch.
He discovered the corpse,
Junior
a quarter
told
of
me
an hour
about
later.
it.
The murder hadn't yet taken place, and there was no one in Mitre Square, unless they were hidden among the shadows. Enter Mitre Square via Mitre Street, Watson, and stop and try to see me with the lantern. I will be where poor Edow's corpse was. Now then, we will need a lantern.
I see you, Holmes.
Perfect, Watson. Let's look at our timeline, Watson.
1:42.
1:42 a.m. P.C. Harvey arrives in Mitre Square. It should be noted, Watson, that the constable didn't enter Mitre Square. He could not have seen the corpse lying on the ground. But would he have been able to see a man sitting or standing? Go to the church passage entrance, then come back and try to see me while holding your lantern. I will stay at the spot where the victim was discovered.
I see you, Holmes.
You had to proceed into the square in order to see me, something Harvey didn't do. It is possible that the killer was still there.
Oh, that's so
1:42
creepy.
a.m. P.C. Harvey arrives at Mitre Square, but does not go in. The murderer may well have still been there. – 1:44 a.m. The body is discovered. Very good, Watson. Thus we can categorically state that the murder had not yet occurred at 1:30.
1:35.
1:35 a.m. A man and a woman are arguing at the entrance of Church Passage. The man came from Aldgate. Let's put the murder of poor Eddowes on the timeline, Watson.
Between 1:35 and 1:42.
1:35 and 1:42 a.m. The murder would appear to have taken place between these times, that is to say, within 7 minutes.
Agreed, Holmes. But does this really prove that our killer had the time to perpetrate these 2 murders?
Let's look at our timeline, Watson.
Sherlock and Watson took 20 minutes to go from Dutfield's yard to Mitre Square. My phone's so loud tonight. Oops.
Let's look at our timeline, Watson. There, Watson. We are now certain that the murderer really had the time to commit these 2 murders.
Incredible.
Let's look at our deduction board, Watson.
Okay, deduction board. The item was meant for a woman. The items belong to the victim. The murderer searched her. Oh my gosh, not that outdated term. That's crazy. Oops, no. Oh, I didn't know there's more. Now he was a fetishist. A thimble is found right beside the victim's hand. She was holding it in her hand. The liver and lungs underwent a small incision. The kidney and uterus were removed. Her nose was cut. Cheeks were slashed. The eyelids were cut. The murderer did not know anatomy. He knew anatomy. I guess he knew anatomy. The wound to the neck goes from the right and slightly oblique and descending. Maybe he was behind her. The items at the victim's feet are very orderly. He's unfeeling and organized. Central incision goes downward towards the groin. Cut her open like an animal. Holmes did say that. I think we established he's not right-handed? Must be ambidextrous. Or I think we established he's right-handed. The blow was fierce and instantaneous. The murderer may be the one the same.
This spot is making me nauseous. Can we not head back, Holmes?
We certainly can't, Watson. We have one final point to address. Do you remember the piece of white apron that was missing just now? It was found just a few steps away from here, at the entrance of a building. That's where we must go. Let's go. There's the spot, Watson. By night, Goulston Street is deathly silent, which will permit us to carry out a fair few experiments. Let's find the entrance where the piece of the victim's apron and the mysterious chalk message were found.
My.
Look at these signs, Watson. We are in the Jewish High Street. Nothing of interest here. Look at these signs, Watson. We are in the Jewish High Street. Look at these signs, Watson.
So it would be on the ground, would it not?
I have no reason to go that way.
Ooh, loud ass phone.
There's the spot where the apron and the message were found by PC Long. Now, let's recreate the scene. Remember, Watson, it was raining that night. Find me something with which to mimic raindrops hitting this wall while I write something with my chalk.
The Jews are not the men that will be blamed for nothing. But what does it mean?
Have you found something for us to pour water from, Watson?
Find a container and some water. Let me remind you that it's night time and the street is deserted, Holmes. That may come in handy. Who knows? A watering can. That's what I need. But I can't reach it. A watering can. That's what I need. But I can't reach it. A watering can. That's what I need. A watering can. That's what I need. A watering can. That may come in handy. Who knows? A watering can. A watering can. That's what I need.
So maybe get the pole on the table. Ooh. I keep forgetting what this is. Oh, Watson, go back. Okay, there it is.
An old wooden pole. A merchant probably threw it out. I have no reason to go that way.
Went too far. No, no. Get back up there. Now, get on this box. Thank you.
Have you found something for us to pour water from, Watson?
Yes, I have, Holmes.
Good. Now find us some water.
Oh my God. From where, Mr. Holmes? Oh.
Have you found something for us to pour water from, Watson?
Yes, I have, Holmes.
Exactly, Glitch. Oh. I guess the game heard you. Oh.
If this message were written by the killer, then it would have been lying in this entrance for up to 35 minutes before being discovered. Let's find out in what state it must have been. This message could not have withstood an entire night in the rain. During the investigations carried out on the night of the double murder, PC Hulse inspected the entrances of this street around 2:20 a.m. and confirmed to have seen nothing out of the ordinary. At 2:55 a.m., 35 minutes later, PC Long found Catherine Edow's piece of apron and the message in chalk. This message would not have withstood a whole night in the rain, as had I continued to water it for a little longer, I would certainly have erased it. It was written, therefore, at the moment when the piece of apron was dumped. This substantiates PC Hulse's statement, which stated he had seen neither of these during his rounds. After its discovery, it was guarded and protected from the rain, which was subsiding, which explains why it was still legible when it was erased at 5:30. My dear Watson, when you met P.C. Smith on his rounds in the street, where was he? On the pavement or in the middle of the road?
In the middle of the road, Holmes, without a shadow of a doubt.
Good. You will go down the street with your lantern as if you were a policeman on patrol, using Smith's position as a guide. As soon as you see the entrance where I used the watering can, tell me if you see anything.
Okay.
There, Holmes. From here, I can see something written.
Can you read it?
No.
Do you see the white rag, Watson?
I see something on the ground, but I'm not sure if it's what you were talking about.
PC Long, who found the piece of apron, was examining the interior of the entrances, and yet nobody would have predicted that this piece of material would be discovered on the very night of the murder by a policeman on patrol.
What are you trying to get at, Holmes?
Let's look at this message on the wall, Watson. The Jews are not the men that will be blamed for nothing. In other words, the Jews were possibly blamed for nothing, but that will no longer be the case. Reading this message naturally begs one question. What would that be, Watson?
Why?
Indeed, Watson, why? For what reason would one have the right to blame the Jews in the future? Remember, Lestrade was killed near a club for socialist Jews, Edow's not far from a synagogue and the Imperial Club, and finally, this piece of apron dropped here. This building is occupied by Jewish families. The killer really did go out of his way to incriminate the Jews living in the area.
Oh my God.
It's a bit obvious, Holmes.
Yes, but with the rumors, Watson, the author of this message would have received a response to his strategy.
You are right, Holmes. So perhaps it's a good thing this message was erased.
Whoever took the decision to do this is a man of great wisdom and courage. Let's return to Baker Street, Watson. I have some pipes to smoke to help me think more clearly.
Let's go back to Baker Street. Home, sweet home.
I know that's right.
I had nightmares all night, Holmes. As for you, I bet you didn't get a wink of sleep, did you? It's this chalk message business, isn't it?
Among other things.
And this lunatic is still running free. If only we knew what he looked like.
But we do know, Watson. We have a fairly accurate description.
I must have missed an episode of your adventures, Holmes. Not only have I heard you discredit the value of our eyewitnesses, but the few descriptions we do have don't seem to correspond.
An inaccurate account can regain its value if we can discover why and to what extent the truth must be rewritten. We've learned a great many things tonight, and I'm able to tell you what our man looks like.
Really?
Yes, and we're going to need a few things, Watson. Find me 3 mannequins, my worker's costume, my 3 full wigs, one of your worn garments, yes, that can be used for the workman's outfit, and one of your old suits. Oh, and my deer stalker, the one I never wear, but everyone seems to think I wear day and night.
Deer stalker, that's what you call it. We grabbing a lot of stuff. So we got the 2 mannequins. Oh, well, that's just 2. I think we need another one.
A wig. This will come in handy.
I have no reason to go that way.
So, as for one of the murders, we have no witnesses whatsoever. As for the 3 other, we have at least one person who claims to have seen the victims talking to a man a few minutes before their death. Do you remember whom these would be, Watson?
Another mannequin. Or at least I believe. Or I guess not. No, I think I do need another mannequin. Oh, is this door? I knew there was a door I didn't go into.
Bravo, Watson. There are our 3 witnesses.
Okay. Then this. Okay, so you use this hat. Something's not lining up.
There is an error, Watson. Let's reread Abraham's testimony.
Oh, hold on.
Indeed, Watson, that's the right size for Abraham's mannequin. The account given by Mr. Solomonovich's friend is incorrect in at least one point. The first Joseph said that the man was at least 5 foot 7 inches tall. The second Joseph said he was 3 inches taller than the victim, whom we know was 5 feet tall, which would suggest a height of 5 foot 3 inches. Don't forget that it was this second Joseph who attracted his friend's attention towards the couple on the other side of the road. We can assume he got a very good look at them. As for young P.C. Smith's account, he must have been mistaken about this person's real height. It is only an inch or 2 after all, and we can attribute the same height as the other 2. Excellent. Now, on to the next step. There we are. Magnificent. Bravo, Watson. Our mannequins have been recreated based on the correct accounts. Now, Watson, let's see in what ways these statements differ and how the witnesses could have been mistaken. Let's look at these wigs and moustaches. Let's start by taking the first Joseph's testimony, who saw the man head-on in a well-lit spot and in which he noted fair hair. Now, let's consider the same person, but in the lighting and angle of the other 2 witnesses, in the darkness of night with poor artificial lighting from above. Put out the light, Watson. Thus, poor lighting and a backlit subject can affect our perception of shades and colors.
True.
The wigs from Abraham's mannequin took on the same color as the other 2. The 3 testimonies, therefore, don't contradict one another, and we can apply the same facial hair to all 3 mannequins. Turn on the light, Watson. Okay, Watson, let's give all of our mannequins the same hair.
All the same hair, so it would be, I'm assuming, an in-between. Okay.
Yes, I have, Holmes.
Well done, Watson. With regards to the murderer's hair, the three witnesses should agree on Abraham's testimony. As Joseph is the only one who saw our man in full light, his hair must therefore be fair. You see, Watson, it is hard to draw objective conclusions when one is an eyewitness to an event. This leads us to reconsider the various statements regarding the supposed age of the man. Even if you are face to face with someone in full light and for a period of several hours, to what extent can you determine their exact age? And even more so if you observe them for only a few seconds and or from behind. We must allow some flexibility when considering our witnesses' statements, but always scientific flexibility.
Okay. I was about to say, how can you like guess someone's age? That would be very difficult to do. And I know that some people actually study that. Like some people have to work hard at that.
Perfect, Watson.
Okay.
Excellent. Now, on to the next step.
Yes, I have, Holmes.
Now that we have fully considered the witness accounts, let's see to what extent they agree. If we apply the range of error for each of our dummies, we can deduce the age of our murderer as precisely as possible.
Oops.
Perfect, Watson. Within a margin of 1 year, Watson, the age of our murderer is 33 years.
But the man described by Smith was dressed respectably, whereas the other two were poorly dressed.
Indeed, but Whitechapel's respectively could quite easily describe the Sunday bests that all lower-class men own.
I was about to say.
Now, let's place ourselves in the shoes of Liz Stride's killer. He has just slain his victim and sees Louis Diemschutz discover her body. Our killer is at great risk if he stays in the area. He therefore gets away from this spot. But he wants to kill again. However, he might have been spotted in the area before having committed the murder by a constable on his round, perhaps, who managed to get his description. What do you think the killer will do? No, that's not it.
No,
Watson. No, that's not it.
Go back home or to a safe location, change his clothes and leave again in search of another victim.
It's the only possible explanation, Watson. The man returned to the safety of his lodgings and then decided to go out again with new clothes and repeat his sinister nocturnal work. That's how the discrepancies between the witnesses with regards to clothing can be explained.
What a cold-blooded animal.
And what determination! Powerful motives are pushing this man. Thus, we can conclude that the respectable man with the package may very well have been seen by the two Josephs.
Even if it is just a mannequin, it's giving me goosebumps. But have we really made any progress, Holmes? I mean, there must be thousands of men in Whitechapel who match this description, wouldn't you say?
There's that many men
You're
living
right,
there?
Watson. We have worked on who, now let's work on where. We need a map of Whitechapel, and please also find me a pencil, 2 compasses, one of which can draw ellipses.
Oh my God. So needy.
I am in need of something.
Was that all what I grabbed? I guess it was.
Have you assembled all of our material, Watson?
Oh, I need to use it on the map.
First of all, let's place our 4 murders on this map, as well as the spot where the graffito appeared, and the piece of apron was dropped.
Oh my God. Y'all, are these real pictures? Are these pictures the real pictures? Y'all can't, hold on, let me move myself out of the way. I'm gonna move myself out of the way. So these pictures right here, I think these are real photographs of the victims. That's spooky. Like, cause I was looking at them, I'm like, what am I looking at? Because I was kind of like, what is that a picture of? And then I looked close. I was like, oh, those are the real victims. Listen, I'm starting to hate Sherlock. He is pushy, isn't he?
Perfect, Watson. Let's connect each crime scene to the one out of the others that is the furthest.
Listen, he a privileged, lazy ass man. Okay.
You see, Watson, the murders aren't grouped together, but seem to be spread out like cardinal points around a central zone. The killer obviously wanted to avoid returning to the previous scenes of his crimes, assuming that they would be more closely watched, or that he could be recognized.
So, the killer lives at the center of this cross?
In the vicinity, most certainly, but how near? We cannot afford to get it wrong. If you concentrate, Watson, you will notice that the murders are roughly equidistant from the intersection point of the diagonals. Let's focus on the night of the double murder. Remember, Watson, it took us 20 minutes to get from Dutfield's Yard to Mitre Square. Let's draw a line from one to the other. Perfect. We didn't make the trip as the crow flies, but that would not harm our estimate. Let's suppose the killer left Dutfield's yard at 1 a.m. and arrived in Mitre Square at 1:35 a.m. when he was seen by the two Josephs. If he took 5 minutes to change his clothes, that leaves a range of 10 minutes to determine where this man's lodgings are. We must determine the area in which one can go from Dutfield's yard to Mitre Square in less than half an hour. To do this, let's draw an ellipsis. The length between Dutfield's yard and Mitre Square corresponds to 20 minutes. By adding half, we get a distance of 30 minutes. By taking the two right segments, each starting from the two murder scenes, and which the sum of the lengths makes 30 minutes, we get our ellipsis.
Oops, I mean, no, I mean to do that. Stop it. I'm not trying to do that. That just feels so awkward to do. This ain't drawn right. Huh. I'm still not doing this right. Click on the Miller Street. Because we're trying to find out where the murderer is. From to Murder Street. Okay, it's like, there it is. What is the... Let me ask him.
Well, we are still missing certain information in order to finish this investigation, Watson.
Because, like, literally, that's what I did, and it's not activating anything. God. Okay. Do it like this.
There we are, Watson. Our
Really?
killer lives in this area.
It's still rather a vast area, Holmes.
Yes, indeed. And our goal is to reduce this area as much as we can. We must consider the fact that the murder at Mitre Square was committed under a certain amount of pressure, given that the killer knew he was wanted for the acts he committed not long before. We can assume that he had to do it in a safe zone, that is, an area not far from where he lives. This is especially true of an act such as the graffiti he carried out after 2 murders. Let's trace a circle around this point, with the distance separating it from Mitre Square as the radius. This will enable us to determine our killer's safe zone. Our killer must surely live inside this circle. Now, let's intersect it with the ellipsis that we previously determined.
Oh.
There
That
we are,
spooked
Watson,
me.
the Aldgate district.
Shouldn't we inform the police so that they can concentrate their efforts on this area of Whitechapel?
It is probably already crawling with inspectors, Watson, and I doubt that they would take us seriously, even if they were willing to listen to what we had to say. Let's focus instead on understanding the killer's modus operandi. We know our murderer preys on prostitutes who are penniless, weak, sick, or alcoholic, that he distracts them the moment before killing them, and that he left an anonymous message inciting anti-Semitic hatred at the entrance of a building occupied by Jews. How would you describe this man?
What a coward.
Indeed, he is a person of great cowardice. Let's look at his murders, and in particular, the depredations on the corpses, putting aside that of Liz Stride, because on that occasion, his work was left unfinished. If we recall the observations made on the victims and the parts that were mutilated or damaged on
I think
each of
that's
the
a real
bodies,
photo,
without
too.
forgetting the fact that he also removed 1 or more organs, we can ascertain that our killer evolves during the course of the murders, cowardly and still evolving. And yet, look at the location of our first murder, that of Polly Nichols in Bucks Row. It is the most distant from the area our killer would appear to live. Perhaps this murder was preceded by another within the killer's area. I believe a cowardly killer would commit his first murder in an area close to his home in order to find refuge as quickly as possible on carrying out the act.
Holmes, an idea just occurred to me that fills me with dread. This evolution of which you speak.
He will pursue his next victim as long as the conditions permit him to continue killing Watson.
But how could one go even further in this horror? Look at what he did to that woman, Catherine Eddowes.
In order to avoid having to answer that question, we must act with haste and planning. Watson, I suggest you inform yourself on the mutilations sustained by the victims. We played with the idea that this could be an act of vengeance against prostitutes. If the mutilations correspond to areas affected by a specific pathology, perhaps the killer wanted to give an eye for an affliction he felt the prostitutes he knew were responsible for.
And this trail leading to Dr. Tumblety, Holmes?
I also have a few things to look into in the meantime. I still have a primary witness to track down, not to mention old trails I've yet to pursue. See you soon, Watson. When we first spoke about the Bucks Row murder with Watson, he was reading a newspaper, The Star, dated September 1st, 1888, I believe, which mentioned similar murders in the preceding months. I have no chance of finding the police reports, but perhaps I could find some information at the Central News Agency. I must go there at once. Afterwards, I'll go back to see Abraham, the owner of the pet shop in Whitechapel. The second Joseph's statement would lead me to believe that he may know the man spotted on the corner of Church Passage that night. If that's the case, I must find this witness so I can question him.
Out we go. Oh, I did not mean to come back here.
Ah, Bulling is there. It won't hurt just this once. Hello, Mr. Bulling. So, did your colleague tell you about the tip?
What tip?
Ah, I see. I gave him an explosive tip and he went without you? Oh, that's not very sporting on his part. No doubt he took all of the credit for his discovery.
You're winding me up, eh?
I must show Bulling something to make him believe me.
What do you want?
Debt.
I'm not winding you up. The proof is that he gave me this advance on the debt.
That traitor! He owes me if I find him!
Before I leave, can you do me a favor?
Heck, tell me.
I'm looking for some reliable info on the murders committed in Whitechapel in the months before Polly Nichols' attack.
Reliable? Ha! You really think you'll find that here? Fine. I'll be honest with you. We have folders that group the dispatches from the current year into categories. In the police law category, you'll find the transcripts from the trials and investigations that we sell to the newspapers that ask us.
Perfect.
Sadly, I am out of time. I'll leave you to solve it, eh? You're the detective, aren't you?
The dossiers are full of papers in dated envelopes. I can't open them. That would be too obvious. How can I tell which compartment to look in? No categories are indicated.
Let's see. Do 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 do. Oh.
These envelopes contain dispatches of police and judicial cases. Now, I need to open them discreetly. I must try to unglue the openings.
How am I going to do that?
I need something.
Perfect.
I need something. I need something. Water. There, that will provide me with steam. These envelopes contain closed.
Why do you say it like that? Closed.
These envelopes contain dispatches of police and judicial cases. Now, I need to open them discreetly.
Oh, there it goes.
Open, and it looks like I'm in luck. This envelope contains precious information.
Miss Mary Russell. Last day of inquest, Alfred George Crowe.
The information excludes the murder of the first woman, Miss Smith. Jack the Ripper can't be the author of that crime. On the other hand, there are enough similarities to suggest he may be the killer of Martha Brand. I must go to the pet shop.
To the pet shop.
I must go to the pet shop.
To the pet shop.
I must go to the pet shop. Closed until further notice. Abraham isn't there. No luck.
Beep beep.
Oh, him again.
Good evening.
Oh, good evening, sir.
Do you know why Mr. Solomonovich's shop is closed?
No, I don't. Perhaps his cousin, the cobbler, knows. But I believe the police came to take his animals. I think that might have something to do with it.
When was this?
During the day. The kids you were with the other day were there, they told me. They just came by to ask for some cat's meat. They didn't have any money, but I gave them some anyway.
Is something wrong?
It's just that there was a little girl with them, the same age as mine. My little girl who went away with her mother, with the angels into the sky.
Aww.
Dr. Watson told me about your loss. Please accept my condolences. Would you like to talk about it? How did it happen?
The illness, sir. My poor little girl was in agony, and her face and body were ravaged by the disease.
Her face?
Yes, she looked like a ghost.
What illness was it? The plague?
What illness was it?
Dr. Gibbons tried to explain when I took my little girl to see him, but I didn't understand. I am sure that he was trying to insinuate it was my fault. I'm sorry, but I don't want to talk about it anymore.
I understand. Farewell. Let's go and see Dr. Gibbons. Let's go and see Dr. Gibbons. Hello, Doctor. Do you remember me? I'm Sherlock Holmes, Dr. Watson's friend.
Oh, yes. Excuse the mess, but I am doing a bit of tidying.
I have come to see you about a Mr. Hardyman, a cat food seller by trade who recently lost his daughter and wife.
Yes, I know him. A tragic story.
What was the disease she had?
Actually, I was hoping you could tell me about the disease that took his daughter, a disease that would have attacked her face.
Well, to keep it short, we are speaking of syphilis, Mr. Holmes.
Oh.
You must certainly know that it is transmitted through intimate connections.
You were
and
right,
the vast
October.
prostitute population here contributes to its inevitable progression. It destroys individuals by spreading through the body slowly. The most obvious symptoms can be found in the genitalia and on the face in the form of pustules or lesions.
Oh.
Sometimes this illness can destroy whole families. The father catches it from a prostitute. He transmits it to his wife, who in her turn passes it to the kids which she bears or nurses. These cases are numerous in the vicinity. Certain children, and this is the case of the little girl whom I won't name, suffer from an emaciation of the face which will, apart from predicting an imminent death, bring infamy upon the family.
Emaciation of the face?
Yes, what we sometimes call the pox. I will give you a photograph. One cannot be mistaken on the origin of such a face. The eyes seem to be void of lids. The nose is inexistent, as if it was cut off. And the cheeks are chiselled, as if cut with a knife. This loss of facial
like that
matter,
victim.
this emaciation, is, in this area, often the gift from a father to his children.
Can I keep this photograph?
I should destroy it. But if it can remind you that one must sometimes think twice before giving in to physical attraction...
I always seem to find myself alone in such cases. Thank you, Doctor.
Oh my God, that scared the shit out of me. They could have gave me a warning before showing me that. Like, that is a scary ass picture. Picture of a child with an emaciated face. I don't even think that's like a real picture, but that still scared the shit out of me.
Let's go to the cobbler's.
Stop showing that picture.
Let's go to the cobbler's. Hello, Mr. Solomonovich.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. How are things with you?
I heard your cousin Abraham had a problem with his shop. What happened?
If I didn't know you well, I would tell you that it's Jewish business that doesn't concern anyone but the Jews. But as you have a little bit to do with it, you have the right to know what is going on.
Ah, would I have something to do with it?
Someone had seen Abraham telling you something and making big gestures near the Imperial Club. A vicious rumor quickly spread, and it has caused him great injustice. A slanderous denunciation attracted the authorities' attention to my cousin's shop. Abraham must be in the process of answering their questions.
I did, indeed, speak with your cousin the other night. I'm shocked at the consequences of this discussion.
As I was saying, it's the story of the Jews. In the face of adversity, we are united, but amongst ourselves, it's like anywhere else. As soon as our people take a dislike to someone, for right or wrong, we can be without pity and quite cruel.
This is all very worrying. Your cousin knows one, or rather two, of the men who were at the Imperial Club on the night of the Mitre Square murder. One of the two, a butcher in Aldgate named Joseph, is probably withholding information of the utmost importance. I must find this man. Perhaps you can help me.
But there are dozens of Jewish butchers around Aldgate, half of which must be called Joseph. And you know, Mr. Holmes, we Jews prefer to remain in the background of this murderer business, this Jack the Ripper thing. All of London is pointing their fingers at us, saying, "It's a Jew who disemboweled these women." Our community is in great peril, you know. There was the business with Lipsky and Leather Apron. I will see what I can do, but I don't promise anything.
I'd be extremely grateful to you. Very well. We may meet again, Mr. Solomonovich.
You are most welcome, Mr. Holmes.
I've paced up and down Whitechapel enough. I should return to Baker Street in order to reflect on the new facts that I have discovered.
Hello, Holmes.
Watson?
Good day, Watson.
Listen, Holmes, I know I should have got here sooner to give you a report on my research, but this case has led me to neglect my patients and my wife more than I care to admit. I've been able to sort things out over the last few days, and now I am ready to pursue this investigation.
You don't have to justify yourself, Watson. Whilst I do tolerate you as an observer, and despite your occasional help with more menial tasks, may I remind you that you are by no means an indispensable part of this case.
Oh, you tolerate me as an observer,
I was
do you?
about to say, that's rude.
You're too much, Holmes. Well, Mr. Detective, despite my absence, I have been working on this case, putting my relationship on the line in the process. And I happen to have a confidential letter that only passed from one lord's hand to another. What it contains is extremely serious and concerns Dr. Tumblety and his collection of uteri.
Let me see that.
My entire collaboration, the affair of which I must reply, no one will be able to cast opprobrium on our institution or ourselves. Collection of uteri, that is not a sentence I would think I would ever hear uttered.
Excellent. This American could turn out to be of great use to use.
That's right, and that's not all. I did some research and finally found an illness that affects the genitalia and can, in certain cases, cause facial symptoms resembling the mutilations seen on the last victim. It is called, would you believe?
Syphilis and the emaciation that can be seen in affected children. I have known that for days, Watson.
Really?
Listen, now you're already here, Watson, we may as well continue the investigation. Do you remember the map on which we established the area in which our killer lives? I think we should continue our study. I have no reason to go that way. Well, I discovered the case of another murder before that of Bucks Row. It happened in George Yard. We shall put it on the map in order to see if it corresponds to our area of research. We must place the murder of Martha Tabram in George Yard on the map. That is where Martha Tabram's murder took place. There's no point going there. I already have all the information we need on that matter. You see, this murder took place in the area in which our killer lives, his safe zone. Nonetheless, there are two major differences between the murder of this Martha Tabram and that of Polly Nichols. Firstly, the blows inflicted are not the same.
And the second difference?
It follows on from a doctor's opinion. He claims two weapons might have been used, and if there is one group of people we absolutely must not trust in this business, it's doctors. Don't you agree, Watson?
Watch it, Holmes.
Tabram's murder took place in an area where the murderer, whose cowardice is clear, was able to make a quick getaway, that is to say, near his home. For his second murder, he would have wanted to go further afield, so the police would not link these two cases. And as for the other murders, seeing the ineffectiveness of his last one, he headed in different directions to kill his victims while still staying in the vicinity and without going any further than necessary, and all the while planning his escape. My dear Watson, we now know what this man looks like, in what area he lives, and that he suffered directly or indirectly from syphilis. Let's not forget the anatomical knowledge he must almost certainly possess. Given his lower-class background, a butcher seems very likely. However, it may be the case that the man was a butcher once, but is no longer. He might also have been a medical assistant. Who knows? That's why we need the testimonies of the other Joseph and Dr. Tumblety in order to be certain.
What shall we do, Holmes?
As the police's cooperation is futile and can be ruled out, we have nothing to do but wait. Watson, wait, and hope we see one of these two men before the killer strikes again.
At last, a long day's work done. How are you doing, Holmes?
Fine, Watson, just fine.
I suppose you still haven't heard any news from Whitechapel?
No, Watson.
It's been almost a month now. Who knows? Our killer may have brought justice upon himself, overcome by remorse and ignominy for his actions.
Not a chance, Watson.
You haven't done anything about the story of a kidney that was sent in the post and reported by the papers. Why not?
The killer left a message on one occasion with the intention of harming. The letter accompanying this package served no purpose other than to give value to its recipient and arouse disgust against its sender. The killer has never done anything for nothing. In order to authenticate the Galston Street message, he left an indisputable piece of evidence. Can we really say as much about this kidney?
I don't know. All I know is that there are letters piling up on your desk. Isn't it time to move on to another case?
Absolutely not, Watson. I think that the other Joseph is reluctant to meet me. The man he saw must certainly have put the fear of God in him, a man well known for his violence and his hatred towards Jews. There can't be any shortage of those in Whitechapel. I have hope yet. As for Dr. Tumblety...
We found him, Mr. Holmes. We found him.
Who's that?
Dr. Bumblebee. He's been locked up by the bobbies, but they've let him loose. Oi! He was looking round like a rat who's scared of his own shadow. He's gonna do a runner, he is.
Watson, this is our chance. The game is afoot. Let's hope that Tumblety will go to collect his trunk. As for you, my little friends, thank you for lifting this burden that has been on my shoulders for almost a month.
Let's get him.
Nothing of interest here.
Oops.
I have no reason to go that way.
He is here. The doctor is here, up in his room. Peeking through my door, I saw him go up the stairs, and I think that he has a pistol.
Oh, shit.
Regarding the trunk, did you do what I told you to?
Yes, I jammed the lock and filled the trunk with stones. Should we call the police?
Absolutely not. Go home, lock your doors, and if you hear a gunshot, shout as loudly as you can. Watson, we must disarm this man at all costs before attempting to confront him. Come, have your pistol at the ready and stay alert.
He is saying this so calm. I'm nervous.
Don't move a muscle or I shoot.
Who? But what is going on?
Bravo, Watson. I take back everything I ever said about your less than full involvement in our investigations.
Listen, Mr. Policeman. I already told everything to your colleagues at the station, so...
Don't you believe it, sir. We're not with the police. We are here to talk about human organs, an area in which you seem to have a great deal of interest.
What? But who are you?
We are the ones holding the pistol. Listen, Tumblety, tell us everything you know and you will be spared from the noose or a bullet. Have you tried to get hold of any female genitalia from someone during these past months?
So that's it. You English. Listen, as it happens, I do have a collection of female genital organs which I hold dear and never miss the chance to show my friends whatever the occasion.
What?
If you knew what I feel when my eyes meet the young men's as they contemplate with astonishment and disgust this soft and flabby skin that they worship and place at the center of all their passions. Women repulse me, gentlemen. They are one of nature's greatest mistakes. Lying, haughty, and most of all, nauseating.
What
no,
the hell?
Sirs. Men, mankind, we are not made to soil ourselves with such animals, and it is my task to educate my peers, like the ancient Greeks used to do, and put them on the path to masculine relationships, the only kind worthy of our intelligence.
My God, this man has lost his marbles, Holmes.
You haven't answered my question. Did you attempt to obtain any female organs?
Indeed.
Holmes is like, I don't care about none of that. You do what you want.
At the time, a few of my specimens were starting to lose their freshness. But despite the sum proposed, the heads of the university hospitals refused to accede to my demands. The fear of what others would say, certainly. I know nothing more similar to an arrogant fowl than an English doctor. Yakety-yak, always showing off in the courtyard with their haughty airs. And as soon as...
Shut it, Tumblety. So, was it you who killed all of these women? Yes or no?
I regret to say that it was not. If I had really wanted a few more uteri, I would have had them brought in from the United States, where it would cost me much less than here. Or I would have shown a few gold coins in the hallways of a morgue or a hospital in London, and they would have kissed my feet to sell them to me. And not taken the least risk. But kidneys are all the latest, aren't they? I think that I could find one tomorrow for less than £1. In short, gentlemen, I do not know your killer, and I don't know why he's doing that. But if you come across him one day, please send him my friendship and my deepest respect.
You've gone too far this time.
Come, Watson, let's not get carried away now. Thank you for your assistance, Doctor. If I may offer some advice, you should leave England as soon as possible. Each day that you remain in this country is a risk that an intelligent man would not take.
My pistol?
Without that, it will be even more risky.
Can we believe this man, Holmes?
He can't be the murderer, and his story regarding the organs fits. But we can't afford to take the slightest risk. I will ask the Baker Street irregulars to follow him. Listen, lads, when Tumblety leaves here, follow him discreetly and come and tell me as early as possible tomorrow where he is currently residing. Understood?
Understood, Captain.
That was so weird.
You are already ready, Holmes. What is going on?
I have been waiting for you for at least an hour, Watson. It would appear that a new drama has unfolded. The youngsters came to give me this address, but I have some doubt as to the actual location we are going to. Let's try anyway. At worst, we may come across the Baker Street irregulars to put us in the right direction.
He said masculine relationships. Does he mean like just gay relationships? Now, did this game just freeze? Because usually it like loads all the way through. Hold up. I think I might have froze. Oh yeah, it definitely froze. And my mouse is frozen. Well, this is a problem. I can't even freaking. Oh, I did not mean to turn on. Now I have to look up game froze and mouse won't move. Game frozen and won't close. Well, I'm trying to do game froze and mouse won't move. Darn it, we're right at the end of the game. I know, right? It sucks. Like, we're right at the end of the game. It's just going to freeze. Game froze, can't move mouse. What do I do? Alt D. Alt tab. Ah. Okay, that made my mouse come back. Okay, hold on. Can I just close the window like this? Oh my gosh, I always forget. How do you bring stuff to the front? There we go. Okay, Sherlock Holmes in task. Okay. Let's try to open it again. Hopefully it auto-saved. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it did not autosave. We're back to where we were literally at the beginning of the night. So we're just gonna have to call it there. So there will be a part 4. I'll probably get on tomorrow night. Oh my gosh, that is like freaking frustrating. I thought the game autosaved. That is really frustrating. Let me... Why did I think the game autosaved? But anyway, thanks for joining me tonight, guys. Yeah, we'll be back on tomorrow night to finish this off. Until next time, see ya.
Flexing on a star so bright it glows. Oily arms gleam like Saturn's ring show. Strike a pose with the meteor in tow. Hunky heroes in the cosmic flow. Galaxy flicks in the starlit haze. Pumping iron in the Milky Way. Crazy planets spin while we hold our gaze. Muscle men shining in cosmic displays. Bounce off the chiseled chest. Asteroids cheer, they know who's best. Come